Happy Monday. I've got Mac in the car with me. This is the start of a crazy week, so I thought we'd start talking about it now. So it's Monday afternoon. It's like 1:15. I am taking my dog to the vet. We go to the country vet because they're cheaper, but it's like a 25-minute drive out to the countryside, so it's kind of a nice drive. But then when I get home, I have to tutor online for like an hour, and then I'm going to work. So I work 4 of the next 5 nights, which is a lot for me. Usually I only work a couple nights a week. So I'm working Monday, Tuesday, I have Wednesday off, and then I work Thursday, Friday. And the reason that I'm doing all of this is because a bunch of people that I work with needed trades, and I didn't have anything going on, so I felt like like helping them out, giving those trades. We are at Culver's, and we just got a pup cup. Mac has never had a pup cup before. You want to try it? What? Do you want some? Are you kidding me? You're turning down soft serve? Hey. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, the verdict is in. My dog does not want his Culver's custard, so I don't have a spoon, but I'm gonna eat this shit. Okay, so we're gonna drive out to the vet's office. I am eating a quick bite. I'm just gonna scarf a cheeseburger real quick, and then I can eat the onion rings on the drive. My student that I've been tutoring just messaged me and asked, she's not feeling super secure, and I guess her practice exam could have gone better, so she's kind of like, should I push the exam back? Like, what do I do? And I was like, well, we can work together more if you push it back. And it's hard to say that because I know people want to get it over with, but if you don't feel like you're gonna do well, I mean, there's no sense spending all that money for something that you're not confident about. I mean, you have to walk in there with some level of confidence. I mean, you can't walk in there knowing that you've bombed every practice test you've taken. I'm gonna wait and see what she has to say. Then we're gonna rush off to this vet appointment, and then when we come back, I'm gonna go straight into tutoring. From there, I go straight to work. Okay, so we're a little early to the vet appointment, so I'm just kind of hanging out in the car with Mac. There were some other dogs in the waiting room, and Mac just wanted to play, so it's not the time. I've been kind of texting with my student as I've been sitting here trying to get a game plan together for what we're gonna cover and how I'm gonna try to help her. And then I'm also just thinking about my night. Like, I'm trying to plan. I want to get a couple nights worth of food together for work. And then Wednesday, I'll do, like, I'm not going to make 4 nights worth of food tonight because by the time we get to Thursday, that shit's either going to be gross and I'm not going to want to eat it or whatever. So I'll do 2 days of meal prep, and then I'll have a night off and I'll meal prep for the next 2 days. I've got all my scrubs clean, started the dishwasher before I left the house. I think my bag is basically packed. Like, I have some things that I need to charge, but otherwise I think I'm making it work today. And then I know I'll be tired tonight, so I'll probably take an iced coffee or something with me. I have no makeup on. I've barely brushed my hair, so the vet's office don't need me to be pretty. Let's just hurry up and get this vet appointment over with so we can go home, because I gotta meet with my student. It's okay, baby.
Okay, not football.
Was your kid loud? Your shots are over there on the counter. You ready for your shots? And then we'll go. You don't want your treat. Why don't you eat your treat? You don't like it here, do you? All right, we're on our way home. A little later than I expected. I'm supposed to tutor in 39 minutes, and I have a 25-minute drive. And I'm testing my nurse bladder because I really have to pee, but there really isn't a place to pee. I'm on a single-lane highway or a two-lane highway, and let's hope I don't come across any super slow pokes. Are you mad at me because I took you to the vet? You gonna forgive me? That noise you're hearing is my massager. I'll turn it off for a second. I have to get up and get ready for work in like an hour and a half, so I'm gonna lay in bed. I kind of feel a little headachy, so I drank some water, took some meds. Now I'm gonna rub out my neck in hopes that I will feel better when it's time for me to actually get up and go. Well, it's time. Shift 1 of 4 this week, so I guess here I go. So it's only like 10 after 6, so I'm gonna actually hit up the grocery store. Meeting with my student was just brief. We just kind of outlined what days we can meet, since today is just not ideal for me to be covering subject matter with her. She sent me the results of a kind of practice predictor exam that she took, and she was kind of falling right on the borderline. She decided to postpone till next week, which gives, you know, I still work a bunch of days. I work like 4 of the days in between, well, 6 of the days now in between the time she tests, but we can maybe get like 2 or 3 more sessions in. I need to figure out like the most effective way to help boost the number of questions she's getting right. One of the things I decided we should do, we're going to go through some questions that she's already taken, ones that she got wrong, and I want her to kind of just like walk me through her thought process on them, because she said that she does pretty well getting it down to like two answers out of the possible 4 that she thinks is the right answer, but then she always kind of goes back and forth about which one to pick, and she said she usually picks the wrong one. So I want to see where her prioritization thought process is, like how she's reasoning through this stuff, because I think at this point strategy is going to be more help to her, and looking at what she already knows, because like I said, there's just, I mean, we could meet maybe 2, max 3 more hours. You know, it's not like I can be like, okay, let's start with this body system. Wow, it is busy. What do I expect? It's like 6 p.m. Good thing I've got a few minutes, not like in a rush. Okay, gotta get out my wallet. So honestly, this is probably gonna be, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some fresh food, but honestly, I'm probably gonna get some oatmeal and a cup of noodles and maybe like a cheese and cracker snack pack. Okay, I got a few things. I'm good for the next couple nights at work. I'm noticing that I'm like really low on gas, but I still have another 38 miles before I run out, so we're gonna worry about that later. It's now 6:30. I need to be ready for overall at 7, so I'm gonna get moving. I always forget that I shouldn't drive through campus on my way to work anymore. Okay, summertime no more. There's people everywhere. It's a nice night. I'm not taking the skywalk tonight. Walking outside. Actually feel kind of happy and peppy because I don't have a headache, and that's always a good thing. I've got like 15 minutes. I'm gonna look at my assignment, print my sheets, and go pee. Priorities. So I think I'm gonna have, I think it's gonna be a challenging night. I have a patient anxiety, horrible anxiety. It's been here a very long time. He's always had good nights when I've been on shift, but I think that has more to do with him than me. So let's hope for a good night tonight. Oh, please, please. I'm walking to a vending machine. I'm getting a Pepsi. I was gonna try not to caffeinate with Pepsi this early, but sugar it is. It's almost 6 a.m. You have to be careful because somebody could come around the corner and see me vlogging. I'm actually running to the pharmacy to pick up some controlled substances for another nurse who's busy. I can't wait to go. I'm ready to go to sleep. All right, it is 7:30 in the morning, but it's dark as fuck outside. This is like throwing me off. Like, I had one of those moments where I felt like my brain wasn't working because I was like leaving the unit and I looked out the window and it was dark out and I was like, wait, am I supposed to be leaving right now? Even though I knew I was. It was dark out. It's still just now starting to brighten up a little bit. It's still kind of nighttime-y feeling out here. Traffic proves otherwise. It is not nighttime. It is definitely morning because it's just fucking bumping out here. I'm back to work tonight and I am so excited about going to bed. I'm gonna take a shower and stretch, and it is gonna feel so nice to crawl under a soft blanket. I just pulled into the ramp. I'm early, but I'm just gonna go up there and sit. I am so tired. I mean, I slept okay. I slept mediocrely. I feel like I just don't sleep good between shifts. It just doesn't ever happen. Here we go. This thing that I can't shake is that no matter how good of a job I do at work, how much I accomplish, I always fixate on the one thing that I didn't get done or the thing I should have done, or I don't know. I'm gonna try to come at tonight with a positive attitude. It's always nice when you're back on a second night because you know your patients, you can get a better flow going, you know what PRNs they're going to ask for. Unless they've had a major change in condition, you kind of already have figured out what your process needs to be. So then night 2 is kind of going through the motions a little bit more than the first night, but I'm just waiting for an elevator now. Go down and get a snack. I hear them moving, but they ain't coming here. My head is starting to hurt again. It's not a migraine kind of hurt, it's just like a regular headache. So that's great. Second shift is complete. I get a night off and then I'm back for 2 more. Well, dang, you guys, this is the first day that's been actually cold. Like, I could see my breath. Still not wearing a coat, but I think it was below freezing last night. Or maybe it was right at freezing. I think it was like 34 degrees, somewhere in there. But, yeah. Even his hot bitch needs a coat. So, I'm gonna stop and get some gas, because I am damn near on empty. Actually, no, maybe I won't, because I don't have a coat. So I've got 28 miles till I run out of gas. Now that my new car tells me these things, that's actually pretty nice. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna crawl into bed, and I'm gonna sleep without setting an alarm, which is the best feeling. So the last time you saw me, I was coming out of the parking ramp after shift 2. Well, right now, I'm laying on my neck massager, so you're gonna have to deal with the noise for a few minutes. Yeah, last night was my one night off this week, and I woke up at maybe like 5 or 6. I think it was like 6, because I had totally forgotten that I had a meeting with the student I'm tutoring. Here, let me turn this off for a minute. I had a meeting with the student I was tutoring online, and I totally slept through it, so I had to message her and apologize. She was very understanding. It's very nice. She knows I work nights. But not only did I miss that appointment, but I woke up with a ripping migraine. It was awful. And in addition to the pain of the migraine, then there's the anxiety that it's going to get worse and that I'm going to lose my night off to a migraine, to like I call it migraine mitigation mode. So I woke up, felt terrible, all that pain in my eyes, it was awful. So I immediately took some medication and ate a tiny bit of carbs to not just have that medication sitting in my empty stomach. I chugged a bunch of water, did some stretches, laid on this neck massager. After a while, I was able to make it go away. Thank God. Because I was like, I really don't want to spend my one day out of 5 feeling like absolute garbage. So luckily that went away. And even though it went away, I wasn't at 100%. Like I could tell. I stayed up till like, I don't know, maybe 3 in the morning. I didn't get a ton done. It was a super lazy, just like veg out, make sure the migraine doesn't come back kind of situation. I went to bed at like 3 and then slept till like, woke up at like 3 this afternoon. So I worked tonight, woke up at 3, went to like showered and all that, and then went to dinner with Doug, and then decided to lay back down again, which is where I am now. So wanted to be on the neck massager for a few minutes. Just wanted to kind of chill and drink some water and take it easy, and then I'm just gonna get up and put scrubs on and go to work probably at like, I don't know, 6:15. And then the real problem, my alarm to get up just went off, and you know what I want to do instead? This. Why do I have to get up? Okay, well, vlogging takes on a whole different situation now that it's dark out as I'm leaving for work. I am running late. Hi, there's my face. I am running late, and since you can't really see me, I'm not really gonna talk too much. But I'm gonna have to walk in and just get right to report. I'm gonna drive quickly but carefully, so yeah, later. Alright, well, I made it to the ramp, and I'm trying not to hit people that are literally, like, that guy literally was not looking up. He like walked right out in front of me and never once looked up. So I'm glad I scared him, but I totally just scared him. I am going to park, run inside, drop my shit in the report room, and I don't know if I'll have the same people. See, that's the thing, like when you have a night off, it's possible that someone comes in and takes the assignment that you had, and then if they're back, then, I mean, they've had them most recently, so they get to keep their assignment. So I might get a new assignment, which wouldn't be bad, I guess, because I'm tired of the same old shit. The last time I was at work, one of my patients fucking freaked out on me because he thought I was overreacting because he was like desatting, and he's just kind of an asshole. So anyway, okay, gotta grab my shit and run. I'm gonna be a few minutes late. Not the end of the world. I don't do it very often. All right, well, it is almost 10 o'clock. They're having me transfer my stable patient to another floor so that I can get another potentially unstable patient who may or may not be approaching. appropriate for this unit. So my charge nurse is going to bat, trying to straighten all that out. But so much for a chill couple of nights. So we'll see what happens. This might be okay, it might be nothing, might be wild. So let's just see how it goes. All right, well, it's now 11:15. I just transferred one of my 3 patients. There's nobody set to transfer to us yet, so I have no idea what the plan is or what kind of a patient I'm gonna get or when. So this is what breeds anxiety in me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, how bad it's gonna be, how easy it's gonna be, how long it's gonna be. So now I wait. It's been 2 hours, still no admission. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's making me hella nervous. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's now like, oh shit, what time is it? It's after 1. I'm gonna run down to the pharmacy, replenish my over-the-counter migraine meds, ibuprofen, might get some Sudafed. Doug's been sick. We haven't had any in the house, so I'm gonna go do that. Waiting for the admission that may or may not come. It's 4 a.m. I still haven't gotten any admissions. I've had 2 patients all night and they've been sleeping. Weird night, weird night. Well. My nurse manager called me into the report room this morning during overall report for the day shift and handed me a Daisy Award. Or a Daisy Award nomination. So it's my 3rd nomination. Daisy Awards at my institution are basically like awards that are, you're nominated really by anyone, but my nominations have come from family members of patients. And I think all 3 of my Daisy nominations have come from family members of patients who have died, who have come to the hospital for palliative care with the expectation that they were at the end of life. So each one of them gets a little form and they fill out a little note about why they nominated me, and I can't share the stories because they're pretty specific, so it would be a potential HIPAA violation, so I can't talk about that. But it's a really nice way to end the shift when you have someone. When he called me into the report room, I was like, oh God, what did I do? Did I mess something up? And Lorene said that my face was kind of surprised, I thought I was in trouble. And then then he gave me the Daisy Award, and it comes with a little pin, and the pin looks like this. So now I have 3 of them, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, it was a good night. Even though they made me transfer that patient who technically didn't need to be transferred in the middle of the night, to get a patient that they thought needed to come specifically to our unit because of special respiratory needs. But then it turned out that they didn't actually admit that patient, and that patient was discharged from the emergency department. I basically transferred this poor guy in the middle of the night, really for no reason. I spent the whole night being really nervous that I was going to get an admission, and really even more nervous that I was going to get an admission that's not great. Because, sometimes, you can really get anything into the emergency room in the middle of the night, but I was like, please don't send me a drunk who fell down and hit his head. Because that sometimes happens in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning. You get those combative patients that have had a shit ton of liquor, and now you're telling them to stay in bed, and they're like, "Brr." I'm glad it wasn't that. So ordinarily I would have 3 to 4 patients overnight. I only had 2, and they were fine. So it was an unusually chill night. So I'm grateful for that. I am back again tonight. I'm headed home now. It's only 10 to 8. So I'm making good time. So yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna wind down, crawl into bed, and get up and work one more shift tonight, and then I'm off after tonight till Tuesday. All right, time for night 4 this week. Brad made queso. And it's one of like 2 nights that Brad and I get to work together, like all this 6-week shift. So it's a rare occasion. So he made queso. So I'm running to the grocery store. I'm gonna grab some chips and guac and jalapenos and sour cream. And tonight is impromptu nacho potluck. Find a better setup for vlogging in the car. I wanted to tell you, okay, so I forgot to mention this morning, or maybe I did and I just don't remember. I don't know. But it's Friday. I'm about to pull into the parking ramp, and I was thinking about, like, this morning I had a couple blood draws to do, and there were people who were not the best skin, not the best veins. And so, you know, I still get nervous about some of these tougher blood draws, even though my success rate has been pretty good lately. But I wanted to tell you all, I've been following the Intravenous Queen on Instagram. I discovered her account, I don't know, a number of months ago.
Please press the button and take the parking ticket.
Yeah, so I started, like, she'll do helpful videos, and, like, I read the descriptions and stuff, and honestly, some of the techniques that she's described I've used, and I've been having success. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the Intravenous Queen. She really is my queen. So yeah, I'm gonna go down and park where Brad usually parks, even though it's kind of a pain in the ass for me. But I go down this way because then when we leave in the morning, we can, you know, potentially walk out together unless one of us gets, like, really caught up in some shit. I'm giving blood and IVIG tonight. Oh no, it's like this. Right, so my admissions, hemoglobin and hematocrit both came back a little low, but not so low that I need to transfuse right now. So as of right now, I'm not giving any blood tonight, which is great. The IVIG is done, which is also great. And my lady's settled in, and with the exception of a few meds that I'm waiting on, she's okay, she's good. So now the other nurses on the floor are about to take their admissions because we had a bunch of admissions lined up, and these admissions don't sound so great. So this is the luck of the draw. Sometimes you get the admission that's great and easy and not that big a deal. I mean, it was kind of a pain in the ass because I had a lot of blood to draw and all that stuff, but it sounds like mine is a lot better than some other people's admissions. So I'm gonna help out, keep my karma good, help them get their people settled. And then, yeah, I'm gonna drink a little chocolate milk, fill up my belly until we have a chance to snack later, but it might be a little wild for a while. I wanna make sure I'm helping people, but all of my meds are now done with the exception of the medications that I need to give to my new admission, and I'm waiting for those medications to be delivered. So far, so good. I think I'm just gonna go back out there, sip on my milk, and make sure I'm helping where I can. Always help where you can. If you're sitting pretty with your assignment, don't ever just ride on that while other people drown, because what goes around comes around. Make sure what comes back around to you is good. What you doing?
This would hurt if I did.
Yeah, don't do it. All right, so we started the night with low census and only 5 nurses, and now we're filling up. So we've had admissions rolling onto the unit one after another. So some challenging shit going on tonight. And I'm getting some sodas. There we go. One for him, one for me. Oh shit. I should have taken this out before I dropped the other one. Now I can't get either of them out. You motherfucker. Anyway, what I was starting to say before the Pepsi situation is that I got an admission, got her settled in, thought the night was going to be pretty. Now I'm getting another. That'll put me at 4, and then I'm maxed. Okay, this is an interesting night to vlog. It is now 4:20 in the morning. We got 2 more admissions. This totally screws up our staffing for the day, so we're gonna need more nurses. I'm laughing because I'm like, oh my God. Like literally one admission was like rolling into their room as another admission was like rolling onto the unit. Just too much stimulus. Okay, so Brad's admission is coming next, and she's got a shit ton of labs to draw, and like they said they couldn't get blood on her, so it's gonna be probably a pain in the butt to draw all these labs. And Brad and I haven't eaten yet, so we brought, like, he made a huge thing of queso here, and I brought like sour cream and guac and chips and all this other shit. So it's now 4 in the morning and we haven't had a chance to have lunch because almost every single one of us has gotten an admission. So I told Brad I was going to be on Nacho duty. He's going to be busy. I'm caught up. I've got my admission charting done. So I'm going to take all this stuff, heat up the cheese, get some nachos rolling, and then he can just like eat on the fly as he's like getting things together and done. So I'm glad I'm not back tonight. All right, so in the last like 6 hours, we've gotten like 7 admissions, and they've all been challenging and they've all been odd in some way. And my guy who got here at like 1 in the morning, like they're still putting in orders and it's almost 7. So I have been bouncing like med, lab. Oh, that's the other thing. Our phlebotomy staff like is short or something because we never get phlebotomy anymore. So on top of having to do all my regular work, we have to draw blood on pretty much like every patient in the hospital, on the unit. So that's like a huge issue. Like we don't have phlebotomy. So we are phlebotomy. So I'm trying to figure out if my guy's antibiotic is done so I can go back in and start his other antibiotic that's due. But wait, that's not, okay, there it is. I will be so fucking glad when this morning is over and I'm at home. This is ridiculous. Here, we can vlog this. We were so eager to leave that we both forgot stuff on the unit. I forgot my earbuds, not a big deal. Brad left his car keys on the unit. Woo! We made it out. Some mornings it feels like it's never gonna end, but the thing is, the truth about all bad shifts is they eventually come to an end. So I'm going home, I'm going to bed, and I was gonna say like I'm not gonna set an alarm, but I have to tutor this evening, so I'm gonna make that happen. So I think tonight, I'll just double check my calendar. Might not be till tomorrow. I hope that I was smart and I didn't make myself commit to anything tonight. Yeah, it's definitely cold out. This grass is frozen. And you probably can't see this on camera, but it's the first day that I can see my breath. Oh gosh, look at this tree. She's like actively losing her leaves. Dang.